Good morning, this is Samuel, and in this video on my ENTJ series, I wanted to expand upon another video that I had done, which was creating and maintaining boundaries. Well, that was largely from the perspective, I believe, of a mental model, of constructing mental models to ensure your homeostasis, let's say. I wanted to expand on this from the direction of an ENTJ's perspective. Other ENTJs who are listening, if this sounds off to you, go ahead and drop it down in the comments below. Let me know if this sounds about right, provided you're comfortable with doing that. It's my belief that one of the main reasons why we're so, let's say, focused on maintaining interpersonal distance, so maintaining distance, creating and maintaining boundaries, ensuring that we have ways to counterattack if there's an attack against us, even verbally and emotionally, or if we really think it's necessary, maybe preemptively strike. Something like that, of course, should only be reserved as kind of an emergency situation. Probably in regards to an escalating situation, or you have some information that they're about to do something and you need to stop them from doing it, or discredit whatever they're about to say. So be careful with that last one. So I think some of the reasons why we tend to be so focused on this sort of thing, and one of the reasons why we prefer most of our relationships to be distant and almost professional business in that aspect of things. So first off, if you are an ENTJ, or even if you're not, think about if you're walking down the street, okay, and you pass some individual they do not have their life together. Maybe they're on drugs, but they're definitely unwell, mentally speaking, like extremely unwell, and they just start yelling and screaming profanity at you. Some of you may be hurt by this. That's okay. It is what it is. A lot of other people, though, aren't really going to care all that much. Personally, I would even find it kind of funny, because it's like, what? Oh, you good, bro? Yeah, no, you're not good. And it's typically extremely very random. You have no relationship with this person whatsoever. Okay. But if you take the context of that relationship, and if you take even the exact same words, and you then have someone who is close to you say them, then it's going to have, most likely it's then going to have a higher impact on you, because you're closer with that person, and perhaps you have a lowered guard with this person. You care more about what they think and feel. Now, for ENTJs, I believe that we try to treat most relationships like the first one, having that distance. So if someone tries to hurt us, it doesn't really affect us that much. The reason being, I think, is one, I'm pretty sure that we're less able to quickly handle and process our own emotions, or even the emotions of other people. Like, I've got no idea what this person is feeling 95% of the time, unless I'm like right there and carefully observing their facial movements and body language, and I have a detached perspective, then I can know what they're feeling. But it's not in really an empathetic sense, it's more of an observation sense. Likewise, oftentimes in the moment, you can have emotions just doing things inside of you. And you're not always able to identify what they are. You're not always able to put them into context and sort them out. And they can do a lot. Like if you don't have control over that, or if you don't maintain that detached position, oftentimes that can do a lot of damage to you. Especially if you would have lowered your guard with someone enough. This could even be taken into day-to-day interactions. Someone who you really care about and you've decided to lower your guard with makes an offhand comment. I've had that happen. I'll think about it all day. Maybe not too consciously, but it'll be running in the back of my mind. Or even like years later, something that was done or said has stayed with me. By this point, I've sorted it out. Pain is still very fresh in my mind. There's an extreme sensitivity to that type of pain, as well as an inability to handle it. It's like handling hot steel when it's in the moment. So for that reason, we will often create distance and set up boundaries. This could even be mundane stuff that happens to other cognitive functions, but it affects us differently, or it can affect a few cognitive functions in this way. My main focus is on ENTJs. In some cases, I do think that we do put ourselves into high conflict situations / relationships, professionally even. For example, I've worked in sales. I really enjoy that. It can be really aggressive and abrasive. Being a Marine, very aggressive and abrasive relationships with people that I really care about. But at the same time, maintaining those boundaries and that distance, that's absolutely crucial for us to be able to function and to have close relationships. So in order for me to be able to function and know that something won't happen that might absolutely destroy and wreck me emotionally or psychologically, I will create these barriers, and I will ensure that there is an appropriate distance with certain individuals, and I'll navigate that relationship very carefully. I hope this helps. If you have any questions about this sort of thing, please go ahead and drop it down in the comments below. This is something that I've struggled to understand about myself for the longest time. To realize that, hey, look, I'm kind of like a sea urchin, right? You know, you got that like soft, squishy interior at times, and you'll have these spiky extremities in order to protect that. I hope this helps to understand us if you're not an ENTJ, and if you are an ENTJ, be okay with that. Be okay with ensuring that you can continue to act and that you can continue to exist and live and think and feel and experience stuff and do what you need to do to ensure that you don't end up a pathetic sobbing mess on the floor. It can happen to anyone. So, do what you gotta do, okay? Keep on keeping on.